Starting off with Kylie's ever-changing hair, let's talk about what is real versus what is fake. We know that Kylie is no stranger to changing up her do. In the past, she's dyed her hair all kinds of different colors, including her famous bright teal ombre that she rocked back in 2014, and she's rocked different lengths as well. Kylie started wearing hair extensions back in 2010, but in recent years, she's mostly been wearing wigs, going from floor-length black hair to bright yellow, shorter-length hair in a blink of an eye. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years, Kylie released a hair collection called Kylie Wigs or something. She once said that she started wigs, but obviously that isn't exactly true. Because she changes up her look so often, people have a hard time keeping up with what her real hair looks like, so when she shares pictures of what her natural hair looks like, it becomes a big deal. To me, that's kind of funny. Like, imagine your brand is being so fake that when you show your real self, it makes headlines. Can't relate, but carry on. Over the course of the pandemic and the first lockdown, we saw many celebs, including Kylie, showing off their natural selves since there was nothing to get glammed for. And one of the things that was exposed was Kylie's natural hair. Over the time that she's been participating in social distancing, she shared with her followers that she was going on a hair journey, probably to repair the damage that she had done to it over an extended period of time. Her hair at this time is dyed a lighter brown color, bleached from its natural dark brown. Since there is no big gala or event to go to, Kylie has been embracing her natural self, and it's a good thing. It's time to show people that you don't need perfect hair to be beautiful. Moving on, Kylie's skin is one of the things that people have a problem with, and I'm not talking about her skincare line. However, that did get some mixed reviews. Cue Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star making fun of it.
I don't like that it has a fragrance. I don't think it should, but hey, that's just me.
Kylie has been receiving a lot of negative attention for the way her skin looks because people accuse her of blackfishing and looking fake. Kylie often gets spray tans, making herself look darker, and some have even accused her of darkening her tan in photos as well. There have been side-by-side images of Kylie compared to black celebrities, and people point out how similarly their skin looks. Kylie's skin is not naturally that tan, and we recently saw what she looks like without the tans, makeup, or filters when she was photographed by paparazzi during lockdown. In real life, she's much paler and looks like a normal human being rather than the glam model that she poses as on social media. But it's not just the tan that she fakes, but also her complexion. A lot of the time, many celebrities, including Kylie, of course, airbrush their photos and use filters to make their skin look smoother and clearer, but that's not something that every person can relate to. Yes, we all want to look our best, but the makeup and filters aren't real, and there is truth underneath. Kylie has posted photos without filters to show what her skin looks like in real life. And you can see minor blemishes, which is perfectly fine. She's only human after all. Kylie has also posted a few no makeup selfies that shows off something that we rarely get to see in her other highly edited photos, which are her freckles. Kylie hides so much under fake tans and makeup, so seeing the real her is actually pretty refreshing. Now, do you guys remember back in 2015 when the Kylie Jenner lip challenge was a thing? There were so many YouTubers trying it and viral vines of the challenge going wrong, and it even got to the point where doctors were hopping on news shows to warn parents about their kids doing this challenge. So many people wanted lips like Kylie, but unfortunately, if you didn't have the money to pay for fillers, most people turned to vacuuming their lips onto bottle caps or cups. It even prompted the invention of many tools to plump your lips with the same kind of suction. Kylie kept getting lip fillers and kept up with her big lip brand, even creating her lip kit for Kylie Cosmetics around the trend of overlining your lips to make them look bigger. She had fillers until 2018 after the birth of her daughter Stormi, where she announced that she had her lip fillers dissolved. It had been a while since the world saw Kylie's real lips for the way they were before, and we all got used to their new fuller shape, but don't forget that this is what she looked like before all the cosmetic work was done. Her fillerless look didn't last very long, since she got them back about 3 months after having them removed. But why did she get them in the first place? Well, according to Kylie, she wanted to get lip fillers ever since a boy commented on how thin her lips were as a young teen. It became something that she was very self-conscious about, and so she corrected this by getting cosmetic procedures done. When she got her fillers taken out in 2018, even if it was for a brief time, she got a lot of praise for embracing her natural self, and a lot of her fans commented on how much better she looked. But it's her body and she can do whatever she wants with it. But speaking of bodies, something that a lot of people seemingly like commenting on is other people's bodies. Now, I'm a big believer in body positivity and also body neutrality. Basically, it's my thought that everyone is beautiful no matter what they look like and what size they are, whatever imperfections they believe they have, and really anything makes you unique. But I also believe that your body is there to keep you alive and that you don't need to suffer to achieve a perfect look. All you have to do is take care of yourself and your body, and that's all that matters. Many celebrities and their presence on social media kind of go against this, as they often post their skinniest or curviest posts, and a lot of people, especially young people, look up to this and think that this is what they must strive for. So seeing people like Kim K and Kylie Jenner with their tiny waists and big booties wearing their waist trainers and shapewear isn't exactly realistic for everyone. Just because that's what they look like online and in magazines doesn't mean they really look like that in real life. Though Kylie has never confirmed any plastic surgery other than getting lip fillers, a lot of people believe that she's gotten surgery on her body, enhancing her curves and making her look like her sisters with their signature bodies. Now, it could be real or it could be fake, but the bottom line is that you don't know, and you don't have to strive to look like these people, especially if their looks are paid for and not grown. Kylie Jenner looks different in real life. This we know for certain. Whether it's her real hair that she hides beneath wigs and extensions, or her skin that she alters through tanning and makeup, or her lips that she alters through filters and cosmetics, or even her body that she shows off using her small little waist trainers and diet techniques. Nothing on social media is ever 100% real, but that's okay to an extent. It's fine if you want to change things to make yourself feel better, but don't forget to be honest about it. And remind other people that you are not the standard for beauty and that beauty is subjective. Everyone can be an Instagram model if they want to be, and nothing has to change. You just have to be confident, because that is the most beautiful quality anyone can have.
Ellen DeGeneres is known for her cheerful and youthful appearance on TV, but after the recent controversy, there have been theories that Ellen's looks have taken a major hit. And as a result, she partook in various facial modifications to stop the signs of aging. I'm Mackenzie, you're watching Beyond the Screen, and let's get into it. So if you didn't already know, Ellen is 63 years old, and she looks great for her age. When her official Twitter account announced that she was turning 60 back in 2018, fans were shocked, as Ellen didn't look a day over 45. One Twitter user wrote, quote, "Ellen DeGeneres is 60? I genuinely thought she was like early 40s. What kind of witchcraft is this?" And trust me, this person was not alone in their shock. But as we all know, Ellen went through a massive cancellation practically all of last year, where fans were starting to turn on her because she was being exposed for being horrible to work with. Tons of people who worked with Ellen on her show, or just had interactions with her in everyday life, came out and exposed that her whole nice girl brand was just an act, and she was actually one of the meanest people in Hollywood. And of course, after a cancellation like that, it's gonna take a toll on how a person looks. One tabloid called The Globe did a whole piece on the matter, where they claimed to have spoken with one of Ellen's acquaintances who said the scandal was having a massive impact on how she looked. The source said, quote, "It shows in the bags under her eyes, the saggy cheeks and jaw. She's breaking out something terrible, and her skin looks blotchy from all the stress she's been under. Even with makeup on, she looks haggard." The source went on to say that Ellen is very conscious of her age and always looking like she's aging gracefully. So the change made her book tons of appointments with cosmetic doctors to bring back her youthful appearance before her show came back on air for its 18th season. With the source adding, quote, "She's booking appointments with dermatologists and surgeons, demanding Botox fillers, a facelift and eye lift, surgery to tighten her neck, and microdermabrasion. She doesn't care what it costs because money is no object." Apparently, in the midst of all the drama with her image, Ellen was also facing some marital problems with her wife, Portia de Rossi, with the source saying that these issues have definitely added to Ellen's rough appearance, with them saying, quote, "They've had their share of problems and Ellen's diva behavior is to blame. That's exactly what's gotten Ellen into so much trouble with her staffers, past and present." But the source said that Portia supports any cosmetic work that Ellen decides to have done. And this sort of theory of Ellen being mean while Portia is nice does back up what one bodyguard said about Ellen. The bodyguard was hired to be with the couple at the 2014 Oscars, and he said that Ellen was very cold and didn't introduce herself to him. However, he did say that Portia was, quote, "very pleasant and carried on a conversation, but that Ellen was kind of demeaning." And these rumors of Ellen getting work done before getting on TV are not new. There were rumors a few years ago that all of Ellen's procedures combined cost her $1 million in total. One New York City doctor commented on Ellen's appearance, with them speculating about the work that she's had done, saying, quote, "It's quite obvious she underwent a full facelift and everything else as well. She had almost everything done that can be done, and I suspect a nose job too." Other doctors have suspected that she's had peels and laser treatments to tighten the skin, and another doctor doubled down on claims of a facelift, as there are signs of it around Ellen's ears. I also think it's obvious that Ellen uses lots of beauty lighting when doing her show, as her skin is always smooth and glowing, which is much different than what we see from paparazzi photos like this that were recently taken in February of 2021. In 1993, when Donatella was 37, is when she was first introduced to the fashion world as Gianni's sister. She had naturally smooth skin, full lips, and there were some faint wrinkles around her eyes and lips, as to be expected. Then a few years later, in 1997, when she was 42, she stepped out again, this time looking even younger than she did in 1993, with some of her wrinkles being smoothed, we can assume from Botox. But she still looked like herself then, no drastic changes. But it looks like she started really changing her looks with fillers or other procedures in around 2002, with one doctor commenting that it looked like she was getting filler regularly at that point, with her lips looking noticeably bigger, as well as her wearing heavier makeup more regularly. And it seems that from about 2002, the procedures just got more frequent as her face started to change fast. Then in 2005, she stepped out looking slightly different again. The most notable difference was her tanned skin. Around this time is when she also revealed that she had been struggling with an addiction to coke for the last 18 years. Because of this, Versace checked into rehab in 2005. Post-rehab, her tan got a lot darker, and she sported drastically different lips compared to her naturally full ones. The new look would go down in pop culture infamy as the quote, trout pout. And I don't know much about how drug use affects the face, but I can assume after 18 years it would make your face look quite a bit different. Then in about 2011 to 2014, Donatella took a turn for the worse and started to become unrecognizable. Doctors were not sure of what caused all the changes, but closer to 2011, her face seemed rough, kind of paper-like, but then in 2014, her forehead was glassy, a sign of too much Botox. And she actually admitted in 2013 that she does use Botox, adding that she, quote, doesn't believe in an all-natural look for women. Also around 2011, one doctor noted that her lower face started to look strange, with her lips still getting bigger. The doctor said she might have had a lower face or even neck lift too. Then in 2014, her eyebrows started to droop, another sign that she might be having too much Botox in the forehead, and her forehead muscles were not working as they should. Also, her lips and mouth in general seemed to just get larger, and at this point she was unrecognizable from the Donatella we knew from 1993. Also around this time, Donatella admitted that she stopped working out with a trainer because they, quote, wouldn't let her smoke. So clearly not taking her long-term health into consideration. And a long-term effect of smoking is sagging of the skin, especially around the mouth, so that could be why that happened to her. And these days, Donatella's waxy skin, smoky eyes, trout pout, sculpted body, and platinum hair have become her most recognizable features. As well, many doctors think that the lasering of the skin could also be the cause of her waxy and shiny looking skin. Now to weigh in on what exactly doctors said about her botched transformation. HollywoodLife.com asked plastic surgeons what they think Donatella's had done to her face. Plastic surgeon Dr. Steve Fowle said, quote, she's pretty much had it all. Botox, fillers, lasers for the skin, minimal recovery time for those, though there can be some redness of the skin for a few weeks with laser therapy, adding that she also might have had a brow or facelift. Dr. Bruce Katz, based in NYC, had this to say, quote, she has had her cheeks augmented, probably with filler, and certainly her lips have been filled. Her eyelids are a little droopy. I think she's had some bad Botox because they look like they are drooping. Maybe a little too much Botox in the forehead. She certainly can use some filler in her earlobes, they are very stretched. Then Dr. David Rappaport agreed with his colleagues, saying, quote, from 2002 on, her face seems to have more artificially defined fullness, where now her lips seem to be overinflated. Most recently, it seems very clear that she's had a facelift scar that I can see in front of her temple area. You can see a fine linear scar. Her face looks more taut and tight. She's clearly undergone facelift surgery, perhaps overinflated cheeks and lips. He also added that it doesn't look like her nose has ever been done, but that there's a potential that she's had more than one facelift because of how unnatural it looks. Donatella is currently 65 years old, but because of her cosmetic changes, many people think that she looks much older. Also, because some say she was addicted to tanning for years, this has also caused tons of irreversible skin damage that has also deteriorated her skin and made her prematurely age. But there's one thing for sure we can know about her looks, and that is Donatella's signature platinum blonde hair is not going anywhere.